All right. One more day of lessons. 186 and 187. How'd you do yesterday, by the way? Hopefully you did just great. More review today. Let me look in my book here a second, see. All right, looks like I'm going to do kind of like what I did yesterday. Do part of it with you and leave the rest of it for you to do on your own. All right, so subject and verb agreement. We'll jump right in today. In the blank, write the verb that agrees with the subject of the sentence. So a cluster of grapes. Now, this is where you want to see, you just always just get rid of prepositional phrases. All right. So you're going by the word cluster, not of grapes. So the cluster is just one thing. Okay, the grapes was plural. So if you're going by grapes, you're going to be so tempted to make your verb plural. But it's not of grapes. It's the cluster. So the cluster was or were. The cluster's singular. So you can even hear it. But was is singular. Neither Mr. Smith nor the boys. So it's one or the other, right? It's not both of them. But the second one is plural. So we need the plural verb. Neither Mr. Smith nor the boys have. Okay? The boxes of fruit, once again, get rid of fruit. Okay? But boxes is plural. Therefore, your verb has to be plural. And remember, in plural, the verb that doesn't end with the S is plural. Blank, many helpful books in our library. Is it there is or there are? Okay, so what you want to do, the there is not the subject. Let's get rid of in the library, just so we're not tempted. Okay, it's books are there, you could say. So it's books is plural. Okay, that's the subject. So if it's plural, then you want to use the plural verb, which is are. This is one we say incorrectly. Okay, so you have to use what you know. Okay, he and the catcher. So here we have two singular things, right? But there's an and. So together they become plural. So we want to use the plural verb, have. I'm going to keep doing this with you because I want to make sure you've got this. Everyone, remember everyone is one of those lovely indefinites, okay? So what do we do with indefinites? We give them the plural. We give them the singular. Was. Either the leader or his advisors. So we have one or the other here with an or. So if we have an either or, neither nor thing, look at the second one. The second one will tell you what to do. The second one is S. So we want the plural verb. Okay? Either of these books, get rid of the books, because that's a prepositional phrase. You see that? If you leave books there, you're going to want to use the plural verb. But either is one of those indefinites, and we use singular. Once again, many of the students, get rid of the students and go by many, not by the students. All right? Many is one of those indefinites, and we will use the plural, which does not have the S. Do you see why I do that? If you don't get rid of those prepositional phrases are going to trip you up all the time. And that's why if I could write this curriculum, I would make every child be able to pick out a prepositional phrase before they can pick out subjects and verbs or anything else. Because if you're using that word books or you're using the word students, okay, as your guide for your subject-verb agreement, then man, you're going to get messed up. Or labeling subjects and verbs, because this is the subject. And that is the subject, not the books and not the students. So that's why we want to get rid of those prepositional phrases. Using pronouns. If all the pronouns in a sentence are used correctly, write correct. If a sentence contains an error, cross out the incorrect pronoun and write the correct one in the blank. There's 22 of these. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to go by these first 13. And I'm going to do 1 through 5 with you, okay? You're going to do 6 through 13. And within 6 through 13, you're going to have 2 corrects. All right? So do not worry about 14 through 22. I'll cross it out when we get to that page. All right, let's look at 1 through 5. Lauren went to the carnival with she and Grace. Let's just get rid of the prepositional phrase. So yeah. Well, the pronoun's in this prepositional phrase, so we better not cross it out. With she and Grace. So prepositional phrase. That's the object of the preposition. You have to use objective case. Me, you, him, her, us, you, them. So you don't use she, you use her. And I think we just write the her out here in the line. The fireman gave us boys a ride on the fire engine. I'll just get rid of on the fire engine just to stay consistent. Okay, so just say it without boys. The fireman gave us. So by the way, just so you know, the fireman is your subject. Gave is your verb. He gave a ride. This is the direct object. To the boys or to us. Okay, so therefore, indirect object. Objective case, us is okay. So you can put a C for correct. Jasmine and me must clean the mirrors. So Jasmine and me are both the subject, and we must clean. We clean what? The mirrors. All right, so subject needs nominative case. And if you cover up Jasmine and, you would see that you need an I. The director chose she and Grant for the lead parts, by the way, in the play. Just get rid of them. All right, so the director is the subject, and she or he chose, she chose these 2 people. These 2 people, I'll write them underneath, are both the direct object. Objective case, you need objective case, which is not she, it's her. One more. The mayor of the city, I'm going to get rid of it, no pronoun in that, gave we young people a short speech on citizenship. Okay, so the mayor is the subject, and he is going to give, that's the verb, he's going to give what? A speech to we young people. Okay, we young people are the indirect object. Okay, so objective case, objective case, which would be us. And if you got rid of young people, you would say gave us. You could see it, you could hear it better. All right, so do 6 through 13 on your own, and I'm going to flip to the next page. By the way, hopefully you guys had a great week in spite of all this and staying healthy. Okay, one more page. So this part right here we're not worrying about. Okay? Cross out each incorrect verb and write the correct form above it. All right. I'm going to do, how about I do the first 5 with you, and then you do 6 through 10 on your own. Okay? So you can do these. All right. The temperature has rose or nearly 20 degrees since this morning. Has rose is your verb. Is rose the correct word with has? No, it's today I rise. Yesterday I rose. I am rising, and I have or has risen. The bubble busted. Busted's not a word. We use it, but it's not a word. It's burst. And it's not bursted, it's just burst. Taylor swum. Nope. Past tense is just swam. if there was a had or in front of it, Taylor had, then you could use swum, which we never say. The Allied forces attacked the Germans on July 6, 1914. Now, I'm not marking out prepositional phrases right now because I'm just looking for the verb. So what's the verb? They attacked, right? Well, that's not attacked. It is. People say it wrong, that's all. It's just attack with an ED. Drew run around the track as fast as he could. Well, he did run, but he did it already, so it's ran. Okay? So that's what you're going to do for 6 through 10. All right? I think I'm done. So you guys just do those few things and we'll be good for the week. And hopefully you learned a little bit and you remember a little bit. Wish I was with you so we could actually make sure you're grasping the whole direct object, indirect object, predicate, nominative thing. I know it's difficult, but you'll get it eventually. All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys next week. Unless we do a Kahoot on Friday, which we might. Bye-bye.